Hello students, hope you all are well. As last time we were doing the functions of Supreme Court, and today we are at the point of revisory functions. And this is also known as power to review its judgment, means the judgments that are already given by Supreme Court can revise that previous judgment given by her, because human being can do something wrong. So if something wrong is done even by Supreme Court, then Supreme Court will rectify that and correct that mistake and give the new decisions. It is written that Supreme Court cannot allow error to continue, means for example something wrong is done, means some wrong judgment is given. It can happen, but Supreme Court cannot allow error to continue. So she will stop that particular error, she will revise that whatever was decision was given, review that judgment and will give a new judgment that will be correct. The next one is Supreme Court is a court of record, means all the decisions and all the judgments given by Supreme Court are recorded, and as a court of record all those judgments will be used in High Court or other courts. Like if similar type of case is there in a High Court where Supreme Court had already given some type of judgment in that type of case, then High Court and other courts are bound to give similar decision. For example, one case is there, any wrong was done by some man, and for example decision is given to that case like a 10-year imprisonment, and same type of case is there in High Court where some another person did same type of mistake, then High Court is bound to give that already given judgment by Supreme Court, that was 10 years imprisonment to that person. So this is known as court of record, means the decisions are recorded, are preserved and used in future by High Court and other courts in cases are similar. The next is enforcement of fundamental rights. So this is very important function of Supreme Court, and for if we are talking about your examination purpose, it is again very important for you people. So for the fundamental rights and the enforcement of fundamental rights, Supreme Court as well as High Court is having the authority to issue a writ. So what is this writ? Writ is a form of written command. Command means like order. So in written, that commands are given by High Court or Supreme Court for the protection of someone's fundamental rights, that written commands are known as writs. For this, few writs are there. Let's start with first. This is writ of habeas corpus. It means you may have the body. It provides a remedy for a person who has been unlawfully held in a prison or in police custody. Means one person is arrested and is in custody or in prison, but that was arrested unlawfully by wrong method, that person was arrested. Then with this writ of habeas corpus, then when this writ will be issued by Supreme Court or High Court, then that related authority, detaining authority means the authority that detained that person, Detained means to hold that or to put behind the bars someone. So that detained authority, and they will explain why that person was held or why that person was detained. So if that reason given by that detaining authority will insufficient, then the prisoner at once and unconditionally will be released. So this is writ of habeas corpus, and this is for the protection of that person who was detained unlawfully. Then second writ is mandamus. So meaning of this is we command. We command means like we are giving order to someone. So here command is given by Supreme Court, or we can say command will be given by one court to its lower court. Like Supreme Court will give this command to High Court or other lower courts, and High Courts can give this command to other lower courts. The purpose of this writ is to compel an inferior court or an individual to perform their duty. And one condition is there: the duty must be imposed by the constitution or some law. It means unnecessarily we cannot say someone to do something. Mandamus will not lie against a private individual or organization. It will if that particular private individual or organization are entrusted with the public duty. If not, then this mandamus writ cannot be issued against that individual or organization. It means this mandamus is a command which is compelling inferior courts or individual to perform their duty properly if they are not performing. Then is the prohibition. Prohibition means to stop someone from doing something. So it is issued to prevent an inferior court for exercising powers with which it is not legally vested. For example, some lower court is there that cannot having or that is not having the authority to hear some kind of a particular case. Then Supreme Court can stop that lower court to do that work, as that power is not in that lower court's limit. Supreme Court and High Court direct the inferior courts to keep within the limit of their jurisdiction. Then is the certiorari. So this means to be informed of what is going on. Means whatever work is going on in a lower court, maybe some particular case is going on in a lower court, then Supreme Court can call to hand over the record of that particular case to the higher court. It means they can inquire whatever is going on in that inferior court. So they can ask for the documents in simple language we can say, means they can ask the record of that particular case. Then writ of prohibition and writ of certiorari. Many similarities are there in between two writs because both are stopping the inferior to do something. One is putting some kind of order, another one is stopping. So what is the difference in between two? Sometime question could be there. Now you have to define what is the difference between these two. So the main difference between these two is the writ of prohibition is preventive, to stop someone to do something, but the writ of certiorari is remedial. So how you can get this? So here detail is given. For example, some case is going on in a court and decision is pending. So no decision is given, no jurisdiction is there, and then Supreme Court shall issue a writ of prohibition, means to stop that particular case, as it is not in the jurisdiction of that particular lower court. On the other hand, case was going on and decision is given by the other court or inferior court. Then decision is already given. Now Supreme Court can issue the writ that is certiorari. It means this will prohibit whatever decision was given, and according to the case new decisions could be given. So this is a remedial kind of remedy. For example, when someone is sick, he just for the treatment we are getting some kind of medicine. So that is kind of medicine, because already some decision is given, maybe it is against that one. So this is remedy for that one. Then the next and the last one is writ of quo warranto. This is directed against a person who has wrongfully, means for example, one person is there and he got some kind of post, some kind of job, but wrongly, unlawfully, by some wrong means, by some wrong methods. Only condition is there that office must be a public office. So if one person hold or got that particular post with the wrong methods, then writ will be issued by the Supreme Court. Then that person has to tell how he got that particular post. If he is able to define that everything is lawfully, nothing wrong was done by him or her, then he will continue on that job. But if it is not lawfully or illegally that person is holding that office, then that will be declared vacant, means that post or that office will be declared vacant by the Supreme Court. So with this, all these 5 writs are here. So these writs are a kind of power in the hand of Supreme Court and High Court for the protection of fundamental rights. Then this topic is of judicial review. Like a revisory function was there, na? This is a similar type of, it is judicial review, and this role as guardian and final interpreter of the Constitution. So let's start with its meaning. This is the last topic of this chapter. Judicial review may be defined as the power of the Supreme Court to examine the laws passed by the legislature and the order issued by the executive officials to find whether or not they are permitted by the Constitution. For example, some law is passed by our legislature and that is not according to our Constitution. It means something wrong is there in that legislation or in that law passed by legislature. Then Supreme Court is having the power to review that. So according to Supreme Court, when it will review that particular law, then Supreme Court is having the power to declare that law passed by our legislature null and void, and then that will be dismissed or some kind of ratifications will be done by legislature. And if the court find, as already I have told you, find that a law or order of the executive does something that is forbidden by the Constitution, so our executive did something that is wrong according to our Constitution, then it declares them null and void. The final say as to what the Constitution means, as Supreme Court is the final interpreter of the Constitution. So this rests with the Supreme Court only. So that's why Supreme Court is known as the guardian and final interpreter of the Constitution. So Supreme Court will review whatever done by legislature, by executor, or simply we can say by the government of India. And if it is not according to our constitution, then Supreme Court is having the authority to declare that null and void. As Supreme Court is having the final authority to interpret the constitution, so whatever excuses will be given by legislature or executive or the branch of government, then Supreme Court can give the final meaning of that particular law of the Constitution of India. Sometimes question could be there, how can you say that the Supreme Court is the final interpreter of the Constitution? For that answer also you can use these kind of means your answer from here. So with this, judicial review is over here. So according to our reduced syllabus, this topic was only there. Only I just want to discuss little bit the significance and utility of judicial review. As Supreme Court is having the power of judicial review, is any utility, usefulness of this judicial review is there or not? So simply we can say it is very useful. Whether our legislature is having highest position in a democracy, but this judicial review has its utility because of three reasons. So when you will start this answer, little bit you will start that it's okay, legislature of India or legislature in a democracy is having the highest position, but judicial review is having its own importance also, its own utility also. Then we will give reasons for our answer. So first reason will be, ours is a written constitution. So India's constitution is a written constitution. So when it is written, the whatever is written, maybe something is not clear. So ambiguously worded means something that is written in our constitution, maybe that meaning is not clear. So then when meaning is not clear, then our legislature can give its own definition, executive can give own meanings, our union government can give own decisions or own meanings, states can give their own meanings, and central government can give their own meaning. Then it will not be according to the democracy. Impartiality could not be there. So for this, to give the exact meaning, as ours is written constitution, so this judicial review is very useful. Then second, the constitution has provided limited powers to the center and the states. So according to our constitution, they are not having unlimited powers. They are limited powers. So if union or state governments are going beyond their limits, as federal government is there, powers are distributed between center and state. Then when they are using unlimited power or they are going beyond their powers, this will not according to the federal setup that we have adopted in India. Then disputes could be there. To stop that kind of situation, this judicial review is very important. Third and the last one is, legislature does not possess the ability and impartiality which are needed to explain what the law means. First of all, they are not capable to take quick decision, and if they are giving, we cannot say that they are doing this properly, lawfully, means some kind of partialities could be there. Then who will perform that particular task without any kind of partiality, without any kind of wrong practices? Only our Supreme Court. So who is having the ability? Only our Supreme Court is having the ability. That's why this function can be best performed by judicial body alone. So this judicial review is having its own significance. It is very useful, nothing wrong. At last we can add that it's okay that Supreme Court is having this authority, but the parliament can amend the constitution to override the effect of a judicial decision. For example, according to judicial review, one law passed by our legislature was dismissed, but according to the requirement of time that was must. Then our parliament can amend the constitution so that that particular law can be passed. So with this, this chapter is over here. Just go through this chapter. If any doubt, any confusion is there, you can just message me. Thank you.